Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, and my amazing return guest, Lisa Marree. You do not want to miss this one. Make sure, share this out, tell all your friends we're on, because here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, the Master Connector Show, Hope 107.9 Radio, Country Vitamins, and the Alzheimer's Association. For more information on the Master Connector Show every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, go to masterconnector.show. And for more information on Hope 107.9 Radio in the Willamette Valley in Oregon, go to hope1079.com. And for Country Vitamins in Corvallis, Oregon, and their amazing vitamins and supplements, go to countryvitamins.com. And finally, for the Alzheimer's Association and how to give to this amazing organization in the fight against Alzheimer's, go to alz.org. Music by Connor Hedge and Protestant, used with permission. Hey, everybody, welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. So glad to see you today. Oh my goodness. It's always exciting on Mondays to get the week started off right. And I'm so excited today for my guest. Lisa Marree has become just a fixture in Marketing with Russ, and I have her on quite often, and she is just amazing resource. And if you're not connected with her, you'll get all the information today. But just really excited you're here today. And Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, is all about how amazing people connect. And she is definitely one of those amazing people that can help get you connected and help show you how she's gotten connected with so many amazing people. I was blessed now quite a long time ago to get connected with Lisa Marree, and just an amazing person. So thank you again for being here today. You know, this show is an opportunity for you to gain value and insight in the minds of amazing people like Lisa. And I'm telling you today that there are so many opportunities to do that. And first off, you know, I love to connect, as you know, and so start by connecting with me. Go to russhedge.com and you can find out all the ways you can connect, whether on email, social media, whether it's my phone number, or you can schedule time directly on my calendar to Zoom with me. I'd love for you to do that. You also can find out all the information about me, about my inspirational speaking, about my marketing coaching, about my live stream producing, all the stuff that I do, and how I can be a resource for you as well. So love for you to do that. Also, if you really want lots of great value, go and subscribe to my YouTube page today, because there are hundreds going on thousands of amazing people. All the live streams are there. Marketing with Russ, the Experience Live with Russ and Scott, the Experience Local, and Russ Reels Live, all there, plus amazing shorts, marketing tip of the day that you'll hear shortly, and other things that are available there. So you do not want to miss on that. And all you got to do, if you know the name of this show, You got it covered. Marketingwithruss.live. Marketingwithruss.live is a place to go. That will get you there, and can subscribe and you can start watching all that amazing material. I'm so blessed, and I have learned and grown so much from all my amazing friends who are willing to share and bless you and me on this show. So thankful for that. Also, if you please would share this out, that'd be such a blessing. Tag your friends, let them know. Guess what? Lisa Marree is going to be on again. You do not want to miss it. And we're calling all hounds. All hounds need to come in and start tagging each other. Let people know what's going on, because we really have a lot to cover today. It's going to be amazing. And we've got a short amount of time, so we got to keep moving along. But anyway, thank you for doing that. And also, as you see behind me, don't forget, if you have not got your copy of Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, please do that. And you can actually go to russhedge.com and get that, or Amazon, or any online booksellers. On Amazon, there's also a companion workbook you can pick up that will make it even more valuable to you. And you can also get at russhedge.com or Amazon or online booksellers, you can get my 4 anthology books that I was part of. They're number one at Amazon, number one bestsellers. And you do not want to miss the opportunity not only to read about more of my story, but also read about the amazing people that I wrote with in those anthology books, collaborative efforts that were amazing. And so, yes, please check those out. Okay. Also, got to tell you, big news. I just finished first draft and editing on my latest book, Life Happens and Then You Choose. Looking to have that out late fall, early winter. So look for that coming soon. So really excited about that. And yes, just really blessed to have an opportunity to do those things. So, okay. Besides that, I want to remind you, we're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your listening and viewing pleasure. That's right. Once you watch this live, or if you miss it live, it sits on LinkedIn and YouTube forever, Facebook for 30 days. You go back and watch that forever. That's why you want to join our YouTube page and subscribe today. But then guess what? That's not it. There's more. If you don't have time to view it, you can listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It converts to audio podcasts. So would love to have you also share that, like it, all the things wherever you listen or watch. Please like and share or say hi to us. We love it when you engage. We love it when you become an active part of this community. And I just want to really appreciate you for that and tell you how much I appreciate it. So, okay, last but not least, we have our marketing tip of the day. Are you ready? So I went back and forth between two different ones, and I think I landed on the one for today. So here we go. All right, here it is. This is your marketing tip of the day. Turn pain into purpose. That's right. Turn your pain into purpose. We all have some sort of pain in our life, something that really is difficult for us. But you know what? You can take and turn that into purpose. With the right perspective, your perspective will drive your actual outcomes in your life, what your experience truly is. And you can turn whatever that pain is into purpose that will drive you, that will make you successful, significant in your life, and help you achieve amazing things. You know, you have the ability to make a huge impact on the world around you. We all have our sphere of influence, and you have yours. And today, whatever you're going through, we all have our good things, our mountaintop experiences, and we all have our valleys and our challenges and our pain. And today, I want to encourage you that you will grow the most and build the most from your pain. And so today, I want you to turn your pain into purpose. And that is your marketing tip of the day. All right, there we go. So we got that all done. We're going to get Lisa in the room. And yeah, I think you really need to take that to heart, and please share that out with others. It's something I'm working on currently myself. So here she is, Lisa Marree in the house.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, the Kermie.
Oh,
Ah,
how is
how
it
are you,
down
my
under?
friend?
I am good. How is it down under?
We are coming out of winter, which is very balmy here anyway, and we've got a little hint of spring, so it's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, I'll bet. Well, we are actually in a hot season at the moment. It was 100 degrees the last 2 days, and today it was almost 100 degrees, and that is really unusual for Oregon, for the Willamette Valley, but we do have our times, And so, yeah, it's a little too hot for me right now, but we have good air conditioning, so that's a plus.
Very good. Very good.
Yes. So listen, for those who don't know, which is probably only one or two people in our entire audience, who in the world, just give us a snippet. Who in the world is Lisa Marree and what are you up to?
By the way, I took notes, Russ. Your opening, yes. And we'll definitely be riding with that today because
there we go.
Who I am is Russ covered a lot of who I am, turning my pain into purpose. I have been a medical scientist, holistic nutrition and fitness coach for many, many years, but I help people become limitless. You know, we live life with so many self-imposed limitations to start with, and then we've got all the societal stuff on top of that. But my specialty is working with women in the menopause transition because that's my beautiful phase of life. I'm post-menopause, and I help them take back their power, all the adversity, all the pain, and turn that into power and, help them believe that in this phase of life, they can be strong, they can be lean, they can be healthy, they can be in total control of a magnificent life. So that is basically where I'm at right now in my stage of life. And I've helped thousands of people over the last 20 plus years. And it's just been truly, speaking about what you were talking in your opening of the show today, Russ, is that everything is a choice, but we hold the power. We hold the power to be able to make good decisions and bad decisions. So, what side of the fence are you going to be on is pretty much the choice you have to make.
Yeah, and I love that because that's just it. Every day we wake up, and as my new book says, life happens and then you choose. You know what? It's going to start happening. And, you definitely have had your
There's a list
fill of pain that you've had to turn into purpose. And I have also had my
yes.
more than enough. But you know what? It's where we really grow, where we really move, and the things can really be accomplished because it really kind of fine tunes us and laser focuses us a lot of times when we're taking that and we're utilizing it for good. And you can make the choice the other way around, but really, is that a good option? That just drives you down into the dumps. And what does a negative life do for anybody? It's not good. Takes you to depression and all kinds of things we don't want to talk about. And there's times when all of us are headed that way, but it's a matter of grabbing a hold and not giving away our power, but taking control of that and moving in the right direction, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what I see is just because of modern life, being connected 24/7, and people being addicted to the doom scroll and media and news, and they say good news doesn't sell, which is really tragic because if there was one day of good news, I think that would be, maybe there'd be a little shift in the universal energy for the day of people being happier. But what I have seen over the years is people are becoming more and more disconnected from their self, and they don't have self time, like true quiet stillness, mindfulness, meditation, those kind of things, time out in nature, and they're trying to find the answers out there rather than all of the answers are actually already within us. We're just not looking and we're not open to understanding that until things are bad enough. When your face is in the mud, and you've been there a few times and you've really had enough, generally that's when people are prepared to put the work in that's required to change.
Yeah. And I love what you're talking about. I mean, giving yourself time and space. I was blessed that I was able to take the time and space when COVID happened. That's just a good example. because what it did is it cleared the decks of life for a person that was overworked, for a person that was overcommitted, for a person that was overdoing everything and giving myself no time. And so I thought I was, and there was areas I was doing okay. I mean, I had a good morning routine, but it went from a morning routine to 200 miles an hour nonstop, right? And so it was a matter of once the day got started, giving myself time to actually think through, process, and develop and grow through that. And I think that it took, well, I don't think, I know it took COVID was the example for really kind of turning my focus around on life and where I was going after I got started in the morning. And then other things have done the same thing for me. You take those challenges, that those really disasters in life that happen, and you choose one way or the other. And a lot of people just let it pull them down. They give away all the strength and power they have instead of trusting God and moving forward and really utilizing that in a positive way.
Yes. And I think people don't make enough inquiry either, both self-inquiry and collect information of what 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 resources. You mentioned resources. The first notes I took from your opening was value and insight, resources. And I said, be open to growth. And then you said, live the life you choose. And I just said choice. And so one of the things that, sticks in my mind with Jim Rohn and Tony Robbins is you may not have the finances for resources, like to buy resources, but you still have the ability to be resourceful. And there are millions of free resources for people to be able to find solutions to things. I mean, gosh, all you need to do is type into YouTube or Google these days. And of course, AI writes, it pulls from a gazillion data points and gives you some options. So, if you're not, and when you're down, and you and I both know this place, when you're so down, when you've got no energy, when you feel pretty empty because you're just trying to take air. It's hard to make those steps forward, to do those things. However, as long as you take one new step every single day forward, you're eventually going to get in the slipstream, I believe, and then find you'll gain momentum in whatever you're trying to solve.
Yeah. Well, so, coming out of some challenges in life that
Bring
you had,
yourself
some
up on
people,
the screen.
oh, yes, I should actually do that. You're right. I'm thinking about so many people are watching and they're thinking, you know, you don't understand what I'm going through. You don't know how hard it is. Well, for the situation you're going through out there, you're right. We don't know what you're going through. We don't know how hard it is, but both of us have been in similar situations and had to pull ourselves out of that. And so it doesn't really matter what you're going through. It matters what you do with it. So
Yeah.
how do you lead somebody? There's so many things, and you're talking to women, that are dealing with menopause and different things that are big, huge struggles in their life. But no matter what the struggle is, how do you lead them to the point where they finally have that aha moment where it's like, I do have a choice?
I think it comes down to connection, Russ. I see everything is energy. And even speaking with you, like we have an energetic connection right now. And so it's you get like you can it's this is actually a bit of a difficult question to answer, but we're so bombarded with so much online information now,
Right.
that first of all, people are totally confused, and they're second guessing everything they're doing because there's so much out there and a lot of it's conflicting information.
Right.
But it's proximity, isn't it? So the power is in the proximity as well. Is you want to be speaking to somebody who has already walked the path before you. And my path might not be the exact way, but sure as little green apples, there are definitely pieces of my pathway that are going to make a huge difference in that person's life. And literally, I'm a guide, and I invest everything about me into somebody. However, I can't, Jim Rohn, you can't do the push-ups for somebody else, right?
Right. No, that's it. And I want to jump in there because something you said really sparked something in me. And that is, I think that the whole process of there's so much stuff out there. There's so many people shoulding all over you, telling you what you should do. And I'm not saying that, I talked about it in the intro. So many amazing people like you, Lisa, that bring such great information. But let me just caution all of you that are watching to say, don't be a person that leaps from one thing to the next. Some people try to leap from one mountaintop to the next to solve everything, and jumping all around is not going to solve it. And so you've got to be careful to give yourself space and time to evaluate what's going on. Good example. I get diagnosed with cancer, and suddenly out of the woodworks, all of my amazing, well-meaning friends start sending me things that will cure cancer. And you know what? The thing is that it's so overwhelming. And I love everybody who did that, by the way, and is still doing it. But, you have to step back and then you have to evaluate it. And what happened, just a good note for all of you out there. Every now and then I grab a piece of this and a piece of that, and I start integrating it into what I'm doing instead of wholesale changing my life, right? Thinking, oh yeah, boy, if I jump to this drug next, everything's going to happen. And then somebody else comes with another one. And I think I'm going to jump to that one and that's going to solve everything, right? What that ends up doing is just making your life erratic and a mess instead of taking that good information, evaluating it, giving yourself space, and then integrating it and making things better for you instead of always making wholesale changes. That's just my opinion. But I just think when you do that, your life is a lot more steady because you're giving yourself time to really consider and good thought about what you're going to do. Because I'm telling you, even some of the best things out there are not good for everybody, right, Lisa? Just because they're good for you doesn't mean they're good for me. It's just the way things work.
Absolutely. And I was madly writing something while you were saying that, because I don't know if this will turn out backwards. Focus.
Yes.
Follow one course until successful.
Yes.
And, from a cellular perspective, here's my nerdy science cap going on. It takes 66 days, consecutive days of doing the same thing until you rewire a new neural pathway. So if I'm trying to change my habit from being unfit to fit, this is a wild example. I've got to basically be until it becomes automatic. If I'm trying to learn a new thing, 66 days. So if you start, if you dabble, if you do a little bit here, stop, do a little bit there, stop, you're never going to actually make a solid pathway for it to become an automatic process. And so that's where people, they're scratching the surface of so many things. They're just dabbling, they're toe dipping, and they're never going to see results doing it that way. You have to knuckle down. It's like a tree. The roots have to go into the ground for that tree to not fall over.
Yeah. You got to be patient. And it's something that we're all not good at. I know I'm not good at it. And so one thing that I did learn, here's another example, is that when you stick with something, it always works better if you give it the time to work. Like, for example, one day my allergies were exploding. I was at a business meeting. A good friend of mine that owns Country Vitamins, who's one of the sponsors today, told me that they had an amazing nettles product that would help she didn't claim it would cure everything, but she said, this will help your allergies. And so needless to say, I learned from her and from other books I read that if you let it get into your system and you do it on a regular basis, it works great. If you just try to take a few of the capsules a day here, a day there, yeah, you may have a little help, but it's not going to really do the trick. I take 2 capsules every day of this natural product, and I virtually have I have a little bit, but nothing compared to what I did have. And so what it's done is it's regulated my allergy system, but I gave it time and I was patient. I had friends that tried it for a week and said, oh, it didn't really work for me. And they just stopped, I said, well, that's why it didn't work for you, because you only tried it for a week,
Yes.
and we're just too impatient. We want things to work right away, right?
Yeah, instant gratification doesn't exist, nor does overnight success. Like it's you never see all of the hard grind going on in the background, and then all of a sudden, whew, I've made it. Well, no, it took me a long time to make it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, all right. So I think, honestly, we're already running out of time, but I'm going to let it go a few more minutes over, because I want to explore the fact that people to remember that each moment of their life, they need to give themselves time and space to make the choices necessary to evaluate the wonderful, amazing things all around them that can drive them to success and really a significant life, making an impact and doing great things. But it is a process. And so I want to just, for you to just talk for a couple minutes about this process. Again, we've touched on it, but this process from one thing to the next, it's like if you skip a piece, that's where things start to break down. It's a matter of taking each step at a time, one step at a time, and setting your feet on the right direction.
Yes, and it's doing what's required in the right order as well, because it's a process of stacking. First of all, you have to have awareness. What do you want?
Right.
But more importantly, why do you want it? And it needs to generally be more for yourself rather than people pleasing, because that way, if you're doing it that way, you're going to walk with cement shoes on and hate every moment of it. So when you invest yourself into it for yourself, it's awareness of having the problem or the pain point. What do you want to achieve? And so then it's, why do I want to achieve it? And then what's involved? So you've got the plan. And then, okay, well, how do I execute those steps of, doing one step at a time? Because you can't just try it all at the same time, because things have got to align and grow as you're moving forward. And it's never a straight path. Like it's the peaks and valleys, isn't it? It's so you're going, but every time, come back to the light bulb. Was it Thomas Edison?
Yes, Thomas Edison. Yeah,
Edison. Yes. He said, I didn't fail 10,000 times to make the light bulb work. I found 10,000 ways that it didn't work.
Right.
Hello, light bulb moment. And so
exactly.
That's it. But when something doesn't work how you think it should, it just means it wasn't the right way. And so the ant theory, Jim Rohn's coming back into this again. Ants, if you can't go over it, try through. If you can't go through, try burrowing under. If you can't go under, try around. Just don't give up on yourself. Like that's the only way you ever fail.
And Michael Jordan talks about that too, that you always find a way through, around, up, over, and he talks about his failures in life and how his failures are the reason today he's a success, because of all those things that happened. It made him grow and made him stronger and made him better. We don't just instantly become, there's no such thing as an overnight success. There's always a history behind it. And people just don't see that. And they think, oh, they're so lucky. And sure, some people get places faster than others. Some people have a little bit more luck than others. That's true. But you know what? It all is a journey and we're all on it. And we need to be patient and take those steps, just like you're talking about, Lisa. And today I'm going to use that to start wrapping things up and tell you, you and I could, that's the reason we have these discussions all the time, because we just set each other off on all these these points.
It's lovely. It's lovely.
Yes, it is. But I want you to wrap things up today, really kind of tie things up in a nice bow of what people should remember from our discussion today, and then remind them how to get in touch with you. And you'll be back again soon.
Thank you. Yes. All I can, I sit here and reflect, like, when my life was really crappy and I did not like how I was. I didn't like how my life was. It was all awful. And I just thought, if I don't do something about this, and I was in my 20s and 30s, I said, however long I'm going to be alive means, for the next 20, 30, 40 years, I'm going to be this miserable. Do I want that? No, thank you. What have I got to do to change? It's a choice.
Exactly.
Comes back to life happens and then you choose. Sounds like a fantastic book, Russ. I can't wait until it's out.
Great title for a book. I should look into
Great
that.
title.
Yeah, I love that, Lisa. And remind everybody how they get in touch with you, by the way.
Yes, just like Russ, lisamarree.com, MARREE. I am also on LinkedIn under the same name. So that's it. Oh, my app is almost launched. Remember I was saying I'm building an app?
Yes.
Yes.
And it's almost done?
Almost ready to go. I'm so excited.
All right. So we can have launch parties for our app and our book together. There we go. That is so awesome. Well, I can't wait to see that. And hey everybody, you know what? All of Lisa's information is in the comments, the show notes. Her LinkedIn address has been ticking along the bottom. And I just want to remind you that you have great possibilities, you that are watching out there. You could turn your pain into purpose. You could do amazing things. And if you want to explore that further, go to lisamarree.com or russhedge.com and talk to us. There you go. With that, Lisa, I'm going to say goodbye to you on screen here, but hang tight for just a second as I wrap her up.
Thank you, my friend. Bye, everybody.
All right. See ya. Okay. Oh, I'd say I just have the most amazing conversations with Lisa. She just is so full of value for all of you that are watching, and definitely is for me. I'm telling you, I'm lots of value. So listen, make sure and go to lisamarree.com today, or go to her LinkedIn address below and in the comments and show notes. And don't forget to come back again, because you don't know when she'll be on again. It'll be sometime soon. And in between, we have the most amazing guests and people that also add so much value to your life. So remember, Monday, Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And it sits on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook after. And it converts to audio podcasts on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So please check it out there. Like, share, just comment and let us know what you think. Appreciate that so much. And don't forget that we're on one more time this week. So we'll be back Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Want to remind you too, if I can get this up really quickly here. There we go. Big, huge thank you again to our amazing sponsors. And I'll take that scroller off for the moment. There we go. The Master Connector Show, Hope 107.9, Radio, Country Vitamins, and the Alzheimer's Association. And don't forget also that we are listener supported. So you can go scan this QR code, or you could go to the link in the comments. And I'm telling you, what a blessing it is when you bless us. This is why we are able to keep broadcasting and keep moving with amazing guests like Lisa and my amazing team led by Ever behind me that's doing amazing, or I should say beside me, doing amazing things. And she is just such a blessing. So if you can help of any amount, that would be great. It goes towards production costs, but I have a special right now. I have the New York sponsorship, because I'm getting ready to go to New York in October and speak again and be part of the Perspectives on Cancer conference, October 3rd through 5th. And if you have an opportunity to come and sign up, that would be great. If you have cancer or know somebody going through cancer, or your family has had cancer and you like to advocate for that, an amazing organization led by Tim Sohn. But I am raising funds to get there. So if you want to help in that way, $150 gets you a sponsorship for one of my live stream episodes and digital ads for your business or your favorite nonprofit. So thank you for that. And with that, we're going to wrap things up and just tell you thanks again so much. My co-host wanted to say hi before we leave. Got to have Kermie in here. Got to have a big smile at the end of the show. So with that, have a blessed and amazing rest of your week. Talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.